Hey guys. So today I'm going to be weighing in on a topic that I've wanted to weigh in on for a long time. I've seen it floating around the internet on Facebook and YouTube and stuff like that for a while now. I've been inspired tonight by Jacqueline Glenn's most recent video, which I may or may not link in the description if I don't forget. But the topic is whether or not racial dating preferences are racist. I hear a lot of people talk on one side of this and on the other, and I think both sides are kind of right and both sides are kind of wrong. Now, I say this as a Black woman who's heard plenty of people, specifically white men, tell me that they would never date me and are not interested in me simply because of the color of my skin. Now, when I was growing up, like when I was a teenager, that definitely fucking hurt my feelings. But feelings are not facts. And I try to be mature enough to recognize the fact that my hurt feelings are not necessarily indicative of wrongdoing on anyone else's part. So I thought about it a little bit and kind of dug deeper to figure out why that statement was hurting my feelings. And when I thought about it, what I realized is that, number one, it's rooted in being told that, like, I'm pretty for a Black girl, insinuating that Black girls can't generally be pretty. Or the fact that, especially with the things that I've been into in my life, my interests, there were not a lot of Black faces representing those things, especially not representing beauty in those things. And it's gotten a little bit better, a lot better now, but it definitely wasn't that way, at least not for me, in like the 90s and the early 2000s, and it was even worse before then. So I had internalized this idea that the standard of beauty was a white face, which is completely unattainable because, never gonna have that. So I would think like, maybe I'm a little attractive, but I'm never going to be beautiful because I'm not white. That was my feeling when I was younger, when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. I've long since gotten over that shit. I no longer feel that way, but it was a journey for me. But since I've gotten over that, the idea of somebody saying that like they wouldn't date me because I'm Black, or they wouldn't fuck me because I'm Black, I'm like, okay, like whatever, do what you do. But I honestly think that if you just physically cannot make a sexual attraction or like a romantic attraction happen to somebody of a certain race, then okay, fine. That's not racist. It's not something you can control. I can't personally wrap my head around that concept because I am not that way. Like, white people, I'll date them. Black people, I'll date them. Whatever. As long as you're not a shitty person and we actually have something to talk about and you're attractive in the face area, I really don't care. Just like I can't completely wrap my head around being heterosexual or homosexual because I'm not either of those things, because I just can't imagine not ever being attracted. Like, I can't imagine not being attracted to somebody because of their sex or gender, because that's not something that's ever mattered to me. That's just the way I am. There's nothing I can do about it. So I have to assume that there are other physical characteristics that people feel the same way about. Now, let's look for one quick second at the definition of racism. You ready? The belief that all members of each race possess characteristics or abilities specific to that race. So, that means that if you are one of these gems that says, for instance, you'll never date a Black girl because we're loud or ghetto or immature or all manner of things, uneducated, ignorant, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on. The things I've heard are ridiculous. That shit is straight up fucking racist. And I've actually had guys like want to date me in the past because like, oh, I don't usually like Black girls, but you're not like other Black girls. That's fucking racist. Or, if you say you'll only date an Asian girl because they're like submissive, or if you're only going to date a race because of what porn has taught you they're like in bed, that shit's fucking racist. And if you think that shit and you say that shit and you feel that shit, I'm going to need you to like think about it for a second and like own your racism and then cut it the fuck out. You're welcome. thanks for watching that video, guys. Thank you for going on that journey with me. That's what I say. And I'm gonna go ahead and say again, I put out new videos every weekend. Whether or not it's true is none of your fucking business. I realize that, like, I keep going on hiatus. I don't mean to. I mean to make this a consistent thing that I'm consistently doing because I'm consistent. God damn it. I'm working on it, guys. I'm really working on it. But as usual, all of my social media links are in the description, and I will be back as soon as I can be back with another video. I look forward to seeing all of your beautiful, smiling faces then. Bye.